Yeah, well, I think it's a lot different, and it's not a false sense of security or anything. I think we feel really good about where our team is right now, because I think we've done the right things leading up to the tournament, and we're in a good state of mind.
Why is point guard such a good fit for you?
You know, I'm not sure. I think one thing, I like having the ball in my hands. I feel like, I'm not going to make bad decisions with the ball, and when you do have the ball in your hands a little bit more, it's not like every time I catch it or anything, I'm looking to score right away. I know the ball is going to come back to me. I know I'm going to touch it a lot. And I do know what Coach wants most of the time, and obviously we want the ball in Gerald's hands and Kyle's hands and mine too, but I just feel like I can make the right decisions there.
It doesn't seem like you've tried to change much. It just seems like you've tried to be the guy you were at the 2, at the 1.
That's really true. I mean, outside of maybe running different plays because of the position I'm in, that's what I'm really doing. Even on the defensive end, nothing's changed there. So it's really I haven't changed as a player. And I think right around that time where we made the switch, I was starting to get in a little bit better of a groove there too, because I was in a rough place in the middle stretch of the season, and right when I was coming out of it was right when my switch was happening too. So I think the combination of the two really helped me out.
Going back to the confidence, I think a year ago you guys said you were pretty confident going in as well, but is it possible to kind of say that and not fully believe it as opposed to this year where you obviously got a lot of confidence in the tournament?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think, it's the kind of thing you feel, and you can say things all you want. I think it'll really show when we come out Thursday, and, hopefully, obviously, you never take anything for granted playing Saturday or whatever. But really Thursday is the day where you come out and you play really hard. And I think that's something where last year we really didn't do that. We didn't play our best basketball. And I think that showed where our confidence really wasn't there, as well as many things.
The guys that played the most on this team have never had a lot of NCAA success. Is that a problem, or can you take it from guys like Coach K or many teams or Chris Collins that have?
No, it's not a problem. I mean, this has been a new year, a new team for us, and we're not. If we won the national championship last year, it wouldn't matter, because for us, it's been a whole different experience for us this year. And going into the tournament, we've really changed a lot this year, and we feel like it's helped. So moving forward, I don't think it matters at all the experiences we have. I mean, just because we didn't win the ACC tournament, we haven't had success in that last 2 years. That had no effect on us this year. So I don't really think that matters.
John, on that note, does Kyle look different to you now than he did at this time last year? I mean, not even on the court necessarily, but just walking around or seeing him?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I didn't really see Kyle last year. When I saw him, I didn't think he was worn down last year. I know everybody made a big deal about it. But for me, I thought he was still okay. I just think you go through stretches in a season where maybe you're not playing your best basketball. I think that maybe just happened to him, and then it's not even like he was terrible. I just think maybe he just wasn't shooting the ball then. For me, though, I thought he was decent last year at the end of the year in terms of being worn down. I don't think he looked that bad. But this year, with saying that, though, this year he does look like a different person. I mean, he's looked bigger the whole year, but at this time of the year he's been really coming into his own on the court.
I hear when you were a junior in high school, you wrote letters to each of your teammates in order to, get them up to the next level. Have you done anything that radical here in leadership, and if so, can you tell me?
Well, I haven't. I mean, I did that in high school, and it was something I just really felt. And, the one thing that I think is similar with my high school team then and us, I mean, the guys on the team now, we really haven't done anything in the tournament, and many people don't expect us to. And for us in high school, it's kind of the same thing. And the main thing I just want to get across to my teammates was that we can win, and that I believe we can win. And that's something, whatever it is, I think I want to get that across, and we need to share that with each other, that we need to believe we can win, because we can.
The most obvious benefit since you've made the change has been the team reduction in turnovers, and you're also getting much better shots on a regular basis every time down the floor. Yeah,
well, I think that's a big part of it. And if you don't turn the ball over, you're going to get more shots, and that's something that when we've been unsuccessful this year, we've had games where we've had two, I don't know if it was BC or Maryland, but we had 2 assists and 8 turnovers at halftime. And, that stuff kills us. So when we're playing our best basketball, we're really keeping our turnovers low, and we have more assists because we're taking better shots and moving the ball. So that is a key for our team. That's something, whether I'm there or not, we need to have.
Got another 2 versus 15 matchup. How differently, if at all, are you approaching this one as compared to Belmont last year?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not, I don't really remember so much about how we prepared for that game. But obviously you learn from your experiences. But for this game, that's all we're thinking about. We're thinking about them. They play a real up-and-down style. They have a lot of guards. So, they're a team where you have to really take away their drives. So obviously we need to come out right away and just really play our great defense. And defense and rebounding is going to be the key for that.
Jon, what kind of a job do you think Lance has done on the offensive boards and also on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, he's been great the whole year. I think for Lance, he's really close to having a breakout game because he has all these, I think maybe at Florida State he had a bunch of offensive rebounds. Just can't get a few to drop. A few of those drop, all of a sudden he has 10 and 8. And on the defensive end, he's right there with getting a few steals or, a few more boards. So he's right there to have a breakout game. But Lance has been great the whole year with that.
Greensboro's close, familiar, but crowd might not be as like maybe like Atlanta the first 2 days. How does that balance out, being close, but maybe?
Whether it's people cheering or people booing, at least people will be there. So, that gets us excited to play. So no matter what it is, having a full stadium, a fun crowd, that's fine. And, the one thing, we're used to being booed, so that's not really a big deal for us if we come out and we're booed at all or cheer the whole time. Whatever it is, just as long as, noise is being made and it's exciting, that'll be helpful to us.
Jon, a couple of times Coach K, like in press conferences, would look over at you and Gerald and say, "We're ready to go, aren't we?" He while the whole team seems more confident last year, even he seems to have a little extra pep. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it is. And, I think the reason we feel that way is because he's really shared that with us. And, we've taken some things from him. And I think the one thing with Coach, he's as passionate as any person I've ever been around. But you can really see right now he feels like we're in a really good place, feels really confident, and that just helps our team out.
Jon, a lot of people talk about guard play being important in this tournament. Do you agree with that this tournament kind of lends itself to guards dominating, and how do you see yourself fitting into that?
Well, I think the reason people say is because there's so many games down the stretch where it's a game or, a play or two that changes the game. And, obviously the guards are going to have the ball in their hands a lot, bringing up the court, taking care of the ball. So obviously a big thing that I just need to do is just take care of the ball and, scoring or making plays. That stuff will just come with it. But, it's the main thing just to do what we've been doing and get good shots, get the ball in the hands of the guys we need to have touch it. And I think for us it is our guards and obviously our big guys too. It's